And that brings us to our Knicks fix. Alan, you look at Derrick Rose. When he is suited up, when he's been in the lineup, the Knicks have gone 18-7.
Right, but I want to talk about the coaching first, though, Bill. We can get to Derrick Rose, but after hearing from Tom Thibodeau there, it just tells you that's good. No, it's good. Look, you got to be mentally tough. You got to work through things, just like Tom Thibodeau said there in the sound. But, when you consider the job that he's done this year, he's very much in the conversation for Coach of the Year, and he's going up against tonight, somebody else who's also in that conversation, and Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns, who's done a great job there with Phoenix. And as we take a look at some of the leading candidates of Coach of the Year so far, as we're down to the last couple of weeks of the season, Quinn Snyder has been the favorite pretty much the entire year. I mean, the Jazz have the best record in the league. They've been fantastic. And when you think about Monty Williams and the Suns, it's really not all that surprising because you consider, the addition of Chris Paul, but also in the offseason, if that's in the offseason, they also went 8-0 in the bubble, remember. They just missed the play-in. They played so well, and Doc Rivers certainly is having a great season with Phoenix. Now, RJ Barrett has already done some campaigning for his head coach, and here's what he said earlier today.
I think Thibs is doing a great job. For us to have really the same starting lineup, a lot of the same players from last year, and then to completely turn it around to what we have this year. It's just, credit to Thibs and the staff, guys getting better. So I think for the same group that we had last year to come and do something like this now, I feel like you got to give it to Thibs.
Obviously, the players, you can see the respect a young player like RJ Barrett has for him. There was a core of players from last year's team. They see the difference. They talk about it often. The defense as the best in the league. Three-point shooting, suddenly top 5 in the league. That's just all work. And a Coach of the Year, by the way, it's the entire staff that wins it. And you can add, of course, the job that guys like Kenny Payne and others have done, Johnny Bryant, just to name a few, have done with this group. Keep in mind, the Knicks haven't had a Coach of the Year winner since Pat Riley in 1993. That's how long it's been. Tom Thibodeau, you would think at least a front runner for Eastern Conference Coach of the Month for the month of April of how well the Knicks have played. They haven't had one of those since Mike Woodson at the end of the 2013 season. So we'll see how things go the rest of this year. But Tom Thibodeau has people talking about the Knicks and talking about him as potential Coach of the Year.
And now to Derrick Rose. It's a rose garden.
Let's do it.
It's a blooming rose. However you want to say it, he has been critical to the Knicks' success.
Yes, and a big part, of course, is Thibs' success is getting guys in who have familiarity with him and the way he likes to play. Taj Gibson, another one of those guys that he made sure to bring around. But when he brought in Derrick Rose, he brought him in for a purpose, not just as somebody that he can coach, but somebody that he felt could help this team at the point guard position and as a scorer off the bench. And he has been a critical piece, really, of unlocking an offense that during this winning streak is averaging 118 points a game. He's averaging 16.6 points and 4 assists in just 27 minutes during this streak, shooting 53% from the field. And also the key stat that Thibs like to focus on, I always look at it, net rating. Well, that's the difference between your offensive and defensive rating, of course. And for Rose, during this streak, his net rating is plus 15.8. It's the second highest on the team among rotation players. The highest net rating, by the way, Emmanuel Quickley, a phenomenal plus 25.4, and he and Rose play a lot together off the bench. Now, one stat to watch, of course, with Derrick Rose is minutes. At this point in his career with his injury history, you got to manage it. So the last 4 games, he's averaging 31 minutes a game. Keep an eye on that. He's had 33 minutes against the Raptors Saturday after 30 against the Hawks. He has had some days off between. That should be helpful. It's only the second time this season that Rose has logged over 30 minutes in consecutive games. Keep an eye on that certainly tonight and for the rest of the season. But they certainly need his production.